This video is your soul guide with 9 personal insights to help you live with clarity, confidence, and purpose. Born on July 6th, the fearless catalyst. You have an unusual relationship with change. Most people try to avoid it. You often create it. You outgrow jobs, ideas, friendships, versions of yourself. You can feel when something has quietly reached its expiration date, even while everyone else is trying to keep it alive. But there is another side to this gift. Sometimes you hold on to what has already ended, not because it still belongs in your life, but because letting go feels like admitting that a chapter is truly over. And this creates your contradiction. You are here to embrace change, but first, you must stop fighting the endings that make change possible. Number 1. You can stay loyal to something long after your heart has already left. A relationship, a career, a dream, a version of yourself. You don't always stay because you're happy. Sometimes you stay because you've invested too much to walk away. You keep hoping that one more effort will bring back what disappeared months ago. Don't confuse commitment with refusal to move on. Some doors are meant to close, so better ones can finally open. Number 2. You often become the person who keeps the relationship alive. You check in, you forgive, you understand, you give people another chance, and then another. Sometimes you convince yourself that if you love someone enough, they'll eventually become the person you see inside them. Sometimes they do. Often they don't. Love people for who they are today, not for the version you hope they'll become. Number 3. You can be surprisingly hard on yourself when life changes direction. You don't just ask, "What happened?" You ask, "What did I do wrong?" Even when something simply reached its natural ending, part of you searches for a mistake that explains it. Not every ending is a failure. Sometimes life is simply making room for the next chapter. Stop taking responsibility for endings that were never yours to prevent. Number 4. You get restless once you've mastered something. The excitement isn't in repeating what already works. It's in building what doesn't exist yet. Your creativity comes alive when you're solving problems, creating ideas, connecting people, or starting something fresh. Routine slowly drains you. Challenge wakes you up. Don't chase constant change. Chase meaningful growth. There is a difference. Number 5. You usually know the answer before you admit it to yourself. Your intuition speaks early. Your logic arrives later. Then your fear joins the conversation. Suddenly, a decision that felt obvious becomes complicated. Not because you don't know, because you know what you'll have to leave behind. When your heart and your intuition agree, don't let fear pretend to be wisdom. Number 6. You fear that letting go means losing everything you've built. Money, security, relationships, status. You don't necessarily fear change. You fear making the wrong change. So sometimes you hold on to something familiar, even after it has stopped helping you grow. Life rarely asks you to let go without making room for something else. Trust the space that follows an ending. Number 7. You don't always notice when generosity becomes self-sacrifice. You enjoy helping, giving, supporting, sharing, but there are moments when you give because it feels easier than saying no, or because someone else's happiness quietly becomes your responsibility. That's where generosity stops being healthy. Helping someone should never require abandoning yourself. Number 8. You reinvent yourself better than most people. When life forces you to begin again, you eventually do, and you usually come back wiser, stronger, and far more authentic than before. People admire your confidence. They don't always realize how many old versions of yourself you had to leave behind to become who you are today. Your greatest strength isn't avoiding change. It's becoming someone better because of it. Number 9. Life keeps teaching you the same lesson in different forms. Nothing is meant to last forever. Not success, not failure, not pain, not comfort. Every season has a purpose. Every chapter has an ending. The more peacefully you accept that, the more peacefully life begins to unfold. You don't honor the past by living in it. You honor it by carrying its wisdom into what comes next. And now, your shadow gift. Your hidden struggle is this. You've spent much of your life believing that if you just held on a little longer, worked a little harder, gave a little more, or waited a little longer, things might return to the way they were. But life rarely moves backward. It moves forward, quietly, relentlessly. And every time you resist that movement, you create suffering that was never meant to stay. Your greatest gift isn't your intelligence, or your creativity, or even your generosity. It's your ability to begin again, to release what no longer belongs, to reinvent yourself without becoming someone else. Because every time you let go of a chapter that has truly ended, you create space for the life that has been waiting for you all along. And when you finally stop fearing endings, you discover something extraordinary. They were never punishments. They were invitations. Now, with your 9 insights and your shadow gift in hand, you can return to this guidance anytime you need clarity or a reminder of your direction. If this video spoke to you, let me know in the comments. And if someone comes to mind as you listen, pass it on to them. I thank you. And as always, walk with clarity, move with confidence, and live with purpose.